Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Once again, this is the Cosmocentric Mystic. Wanted to give my 2 cents, my understanding on what happened in the Jabari versus Bantu debate. Unlike many of the other people, some of the other people that you see commenting, I was there and I saw what happened, and I was in the environment, and I was able to experience why we are saying that Brother Jabari lost the debate. So, I mean, in the beginning, all in all, we were like, Brother Jabari was holding himself strong throughout most of the debate. However, he began to make mistakes when he began to do personal attacks. It was at least from my perspective, while I was there watching the debate. I believe that Brother Jabari could have just stuck with the facts, presented straight facts on the similarities between Christianity and not necessarily Kemetic religion, but other religions of the time, and just done that. However, attacking Bantu was a bad strategy for me. That's just what I thought about the whole thing. However, what they're not showing you in these videos at the moment, I don't know if they're gonna release the last part of it, was the question and answer period. They got together and had strategically figured out how they were gonna go at this debate. So in the crowd down below, there was Baba Heru and all the other brothers and sisters that supported the speakers. Several times, Baba Heru spoke out to Brother Bantu to try to correct him in his understanding on ancient Kemet, and saying it was Egypt. And that was peace. Everybody gave Baba Heru due respect. However, they had people planted in the audience with specific questions. One brother even brought up, zeitgeist. And it's as if though he didn't listen to what Brother Jabari said at all. I moved my way downstairs and tried to raise, I had my hand straight raised. At the time, I was wearing straight purple. I mean, it was very clear I was trying to ask a question. But they already had their people picked out. And then there was a point in the question and answer period in which somebody said, well, can you please define this Christianity that you're talking about? Can you discuss it and describe it? Because nobody knew. And then Brother Bantu skirted that question by saying, I think I've already done it. And someone asked him again, can you please define it? And he said, I've already done that. When he didn't do that, and like I said in an earlier version, he didn't discuss the Christianity that went east, which is what he's talking about. When you look at the breakdown between Brother Bantu and that other brother that helped set up the debate, there's a point in the conversation where Brother Bantu, I gotta go back and remember exactly what he said, but he said something in reference to taking other people's myths and making them Christianity. And then the brother said, well, his belief, the brother from the church said that his belief was that Jesus Christ actually resurrected from the dead and actually walked. That's his belief. That's not the belief that Bantu is spouting, especially if he's talking about going east. But that confusion, and then using appeal to the crowd, just good old feel-good church, I believe in Jesus discussions and comments is what won over the overall debate. Now, looking back at these videos and seeing the information that Brother Jabari presented, Brother Jabari was, really on point. The problem really was allowing Bantu to say in the early part of the debate, the people that came over and enslaved Africans and brought them to America, those weren't Christians. We're not talking about them. when he cut that off and tried to couch the debate up into the pre-6th century era, that's the problem. That's the big issue right there. Because then you got to get to the nuances of what's going on back then. And so that was the feel. What we have nowadays are the Christians retaliating and trying to reserve people inside the Christian faith. And I think it should be a really easy discussion for those of us that have come out of the Christian faith to really just present facts. I think a lot of us need to get on and make different videos, different presentations about different contradictions, different aspects of Christianity that make no sense, and put it out there. Because there's a plethora of different things to talk about. I mean, it's not like our convictions are baseless. It's not as if though we just came this way because we heard one or two pieces of information that can't be substantiated. So that's my thoughts on the debate. That's my takeaway after being there. I was there to support Brother Jabari. I admire how the brother is able to present himself. I have deep respect for Baba Heru and the Kemetic tradition in general. And so that's how it goes. I think we all also need to be aware that what those of us in the conscious community are doing is we are trying to reconstruct an identity that was stripped away from us in slavery, and then reconstruct it on the basis of as much truthful information as possible. And so whether or not I agree with ideologies, there is always a point at which I can support an ideology that discusses taking people who have been victimized by an unholistic philosophy and trying to make them whole again, and trying to heal the pains that come with adhering to a philosophy, to an ideology, to a way of life that is destructive not only to self but to the world. Peace.